Good day, good day, good day. How is everyone's day going? And I start speaking, and the dog comes up to me. Fantastic. Right, so we are going to be talking about all things A today. We're going to be talking about what I was doing this morning, and also we're going to be talking about anime as well. So we're going to start off with a bit of anime. And we have our anime expert, gaming expert, Twitch expert, analytical mind. Ooh, A for analytical. That works too. It is the roving bear.
I mean, I wouldn't call myself expert in any of these fields, but yes, for this I am. Yes, I am your resident expert. Good evening.
You have no authority. Nope. Let's not go down that hole. But we've got to save my family as well. So, what animes would you suggest watching?
Well, what you just quoted there was an abridged version of an anime. The anime itself is Sword Art Online, and I honestly wouldn't recommend it. I like it from the perspective of what it could have been, but what it actually was didn't represent the series at all. It's a very entry-level anime, so people will go through it and they'll go, yeah, that was okay. And then you'll watch Series 2 and onwards, and it unwinds not very well. So if you want an anime that I think you'd really enjoy, I recommend Aggretsuko, which is on Netflix. Aggretsuko is by Sanrio, the guys who do Hello Kitty. Only Aggretsuko is basically a character who is a young adult who has a job, has their apartment, and it's about their life. And it is such a heartwarming, hilarious comedy, but also kind of really connects to most of us in this age demographic. Like, it's got online dating going on, dates and, things not happening, and work, and it's got bosses that just give you grief, colleagues that you find infuriating, and sucker-ish, if you know what I mean. There's a lot in it.
This needs to be a new word.
It does. The thing that makes Aggretsuko more kind of hilarious in a way, though, is that her secret is that she actually likes death metal karaoke, which Sanrio, Hello Kitty, death metal, they should go together, and yet it does, and it is so funny, and it's brilliant. And if you have Netflix, I just recommend watching the first series alone and just seeing how you take that, because if you take it like I took it, you're going to watch on and on, because it is just brilliant.
Obviously, we're talking Netflix UK. We can't. I'm not sure about Netflix America.
I believe it is Netflix America as well, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not that I condone this behaviour, but obviously you could get a VPN and change where you live and watch anything on Netflix that you really want.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't get a VPN and definitely wouldn't change it to another country in order to check out all the stuff on there. That's not something I would definitely recommend.
So, Aggretsuko is something that you've mentioned. I watched recently Persona 5, the anime. I thought that was brilliantly well done.
Persona the animation, Persona 4 and 5 are both absolutely fantastic, but they both come at things from slightly different angles. So Persona 5 and 4 are both based on the games. The games themselves are amazing. Persona 4 on PC, if you don't get a chance, I do recommend playing it. Sorry, if you do get a chance, I do recommend playing it. Graphically speaking, it's obviously the PlayStation 2 to 3 era, but if you can look past that, they have done some slight remastering and it doesn't look quite as rough. The stories differ in both senses. I mean, the Persona 5 story, and if you don't know it, listener, do go and check out Barrett87 streams on it, because he's going through the entire game and he's doing a really good job of it. Persona 4's storyline is different, though, because about 5 is set in the big city, and, you've got the hustle, bustle, and the life of somebody living in, Tokyo. 4 is set in the countryside, and it's centered around a series of murders and disappearances.
Ooh, murders. It was
I know, it's definitely not got Among Us vibes. Pardon?
It's definitely not a ghost that committed the murders. And all the murders were in a safe zone.
Oh, God.
Why?
Another series I would also recommend if you get a chance is on the US Netflix. It used to be on Netflix here. I don't think it is at the moment, but it is on US Netflix. It is called Durara. It is about... Honestly, the best way I could describe it is it takes the stories of a number of characters in one small part of Tokyo called Ikebukuro, which I've been to. It's got the Sunshine City where you can go to the Pokemon Center. Yay. It's centered around 3 high schoolers. And then it kind of expands outwards to include characters such as a Russian sushi worker, to a bartender who has superhuman strength, a info broker who knows more than he's letting on. It then includes the supernatural, so it's got a headless horseman on a motorbike, stuff like that. It is just such an incredible story. The first series alone is worth a watch, and, you know, it does have a bit of a heartwarming end to it as well. There are some twists which you won't see coming. I'm not going to say much more on that. I'm just going to simply say, if you like humour, a little bit of slice of life, a bit of supernatural, and a dash of comedy, go and check it out.
Quick question. A headless horseman? Or did you say horse? I'm
Headless horseman.
Oh, it was a horseman, not a horse.
Well, I should be a bit more specific. It's a headless horsewoman.
Okay. I was confused. I saw this. I thought there was like a headless horse riding a motorbike, and I was there trying to picture it in my head. I really wanted to just go straight to Google and check it out because I was there going, I'm interested with how that would look. But no, that makes a lot more sense now that you confirm that you said man. Obviously, my hearing's not what it once was.
Definitely doesn't make it a challenge to do podcasts. Other series I also recommend, especially this one I consider slightly more intro based, but I think anyone into anime or anyone into a good story will enjoy. Assassination Classroom. Now, first things first, it is like most animes, it is centered around school. This one, however, is about a group of kids who have got to kill their teacher. Their teacher is... Well, I can't say much about their teacher. It does not appear to be human. It's more alien or monster-like, and in a year's time it's going to destroy the Earth. But up until that point, it's decided for whatever reason it's going to teach these kids and help them because they are the worst performing kids in this school. They are the E class. They are the end of the line class. And whilst the story is as you'd expect, it starts off with them initially trying everything under the sun to kill him, and then they'll try other things later on, but it just develops into more of a kind of the bonds that they're building, what the government's doing to try and tackle this, monster who's trying to destroy the Earth, and it's just got such a heartwarming and a humorous side to it, and yeah, I love it. It's one of my all-time favourite animes, if not the all-time favourite. I actually have the main guy in there, Koro Sensei, hiding behind me on my little desk over there.
Is that on Netflix or not?
Off the top of my head, I don't believe it is on Netflix, but I have seen it on Funimation and Crunchyroll.
Okay, so definitely go check that one out.
On American Netflix, you have K-On!, which again is slice of life, very entry level. A lot of hardcore anime fans aren't massively enamored by it because it doesn't exactly make you think in depth, and it is not one that will challenge you. But if you're after slice of life, you want a bit of humor, you love music, and in general kind of J-pop music, K-On! Is definitely well worth a watch. It's made up of 2 series and a film, and you can't go wrong with it. And you'll probably have seen a lot of it in GIFs around the internet, because it was a really popular anime at the back end of the noughties. But obviously, as they haven't released anything in a long time, it's kind of stepped back now. A bit of a similar situation, in fact, for Hahi Suzumiya. However, same studio, different thing I'd mention about that one is just be aware there is one story arc that everyone despises and avoid it with like the plague. Otherwise, Series 1, 2, and the movie are well worth a watch. The movie in particular is rated as one of the best anime movies of all time. So, first one was K-On!, that one's Hai Suzumiya. Arc I'd recommend avoiding is the Hateful Eight, as it's known as. It was clever in how they did it, but they shouldn't have done it as an actual mainstay of the series, but instead as a DVD extra. To give it into context, Barrett, imagine a storyline arc where you'd go through the same events 8 times with minor differences.
I've seen many a film that go along that route.
But imagine that each episode was about 40 minutes and you had to do that 8 times.
Well, I know something that I wouldn't be watching.
That arc alone. But the storyline is incredible. Hahi, we don't know much about her at first other than she's a strange girl, but it becomes quite clear that she has more powers than she knows. That's the key phrase. You have Kyon, who is a normal human, and he is surrounded with an Esper, an alien, a time traveler, and this storyline is about their group.
Sounding like a bad joke. There's an Englishman, Irishman, and a Scotsman walk into a bar.
Well, lucky beggars, because they're all closed. Yeah. Honestly, I do recommend watching it. It is a great anime. I introduced Sophie to it, who's a bit of an anime princess, and she adored it. So, take from that what you will. So those are my kind of top recommendations. I'm now going to take a breather so I can let Barrett stick any in that he has, and then...
I am very, very virgin to anime. One of my first animes that I watched... Obviously, you could, in theory, class Pokemon as anime, when I think everyone's watched Pokemon. Everyone's watched Pokemon. I think?
Of course. God.
So that one was my gateway, and then Persona. While I was playing the game, I thought I'd check out the anime because people were obviously very, very passionate about Persona, and I really enjoy Persona personally. But it can drag a little bit if you want to play the game. It can drag a lot. It's a very grindy game. So watching the anime might be better if you just want to know the story, for example.
And you want to know it from the more hilarious voice options you have in the game.
Yeah, and I preferred it as well. To find out the story, I preferred it as well because there's lots of Persona 5 Royale which doesn't have the voice in, so you've got to read it yourself, and then there's lots that has the voice thing in, and it's really weird, and it just doesn't work for me. It takes me out the game a little bit, and pulls me away from enjoying it as much as I possibly could do, because reading, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. However, though, it's as I say, well worth the play. So that's basically what I've been watching. So Persona.
I have one last recommendation. Well, 2 last recommendations for you. 2 last. Promise you just 2.
Okay.
Now, everyone here who has heard of anime or watched anime will know of Deathnote. If you don't know Deathnote, go and watch it. But if you do know Deathnote, like pretty much most of the anime community do, the guy who made Deathnote made another series called Psycho Pass. And the first series of Psycho Pass, which is on US Netflix, I believe, used to be on UK Netflix, is absolutely 100% worth a watch. Basically, it's the future, and people who are committing criminals, they can be detected before they even do it via a thing called Hughes. Very Minority Report.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a film, The Minority Report, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. But it descends into more chaos because as we're going through this series, you've got a mastermind criminal who has discovered a way to hide people's hues to enable them to commit crimes and things. And you've got characters who are, I can't remember the exact phrasing for them, but they're basically blatant criminals. So what happens is that they become part of the police force and help the police force to tackle the crimes. The idea being that if a police officer takes down a criminal, their hue would get clouded. They would end up becoming criminal themselves. there is a lot of side plot and lore in there. It is a really good storyline, and for one entire series, it's well worth a watch. I've never got to see the second series because I've never had a chance. And the last but not least, this one is again for entry anime and animators. Most people in anime will know it and they will roll their eyes. But one of the greatest animes of all time, won an Oscar, was by the acclaimed Studio Ghibli, and it is called Spirited Away. It is the tale of a... So, the guy who made it, Miyazaki, was looking through magazines and films, and he realised that there is a small demographic of girls who aren't represented by anything. And it's the girls who go... You know how
is it girls that... if it's about anime, is it the girls that actually wear clothing?
Well, yes. But you know how you've got young girls and then teenagers?
Yes.
It's the step in between. And that's what this is about. Only it then entails the supernatural, incredible, gorgeous hand-drawn animation, which is an art form in itself. Music by Joe Hisashi, which is just beautiful. I find myself listening to it when I'm at work sometimes just because it helps kind of chill the mood a bit. It is just one of the all-time great animes. And we all have our favourite Studio Ghibli film in the anime kind of fandom. If you don't like that one, but you like the style, do go and check out the others. There's Kiki's Delivery Service, Princess Mononoke. I could go on. There is a lot in there. And if memory serves, I think Kirsten Dunst might actually voice one of the characters in the English dub. I'm not going to get into the dub v sub argument today, though, because that's like a whole issue in itself. But absolutely, those are my picks for the animes to watch. And if you have watched them, do write down in the comments on YouTube or let us know via some means that Bareth will now explain so we can hear what your thoughts are. And let us know what animes you've been watching.
You can tweet the Roving Bear all of your anime ideas. His Twitter is... I don't know it off the top of my head.
At the Roving Bear 92. I assumed you were about to say that, but I just paused and was like, is he saying it? Does he know it? At the Roving Bear 92.
So that's at the Roving Bear 92. It's 92 at the end. I couldn't remember what number it was at the end. That was where I was stuck. So I was just like clicking and trying to find out what number it was. So that's our anime little discussion, and I did something this morning. I did something this morning. Today is the end of where a week where they're trying to like push the AIDS message out like they do with every topic during the year. At some point, you either have a day or a week for it. And so I got myself tested, which is just there at the moment. Very much blood on my desk. It looks like Dexter's been here and murdered me. Very easy to do. Very, very easy to do. And I'd advise everyone to get tested, because I know a lot of people will be like, oh, but it's only a gay disease, as it was once stated when it was first produced. It is not. Because 46% of transmission with HIV and AIDS is between men. That is actually a fact. That was in 2019. But 46% is also heterosexual relationships and relations between heterosexual people. So it is far beyond the whole belief that it's just one side that needs to get tested. Obviously, there's. I just want to talk about how you can get what is a horrific disease, but not without hope these days. Obviously, there's the sexual contact, which everyone knows about. You also have blood that covers needles, syringes, blood transfusions, and in the UK, thankfully now they've changed the blood transfusion rules so that gay people obviously can now give blood, which is a much better step forward in movement. But the one that I didn't know as much is breastfeeding. AIDS
Okay, I didn't know about that
can
one.
be passed by breastfeeding. Pregnancy, I knew, but I didn't know breastfeeding. When I was looking it up, I was watching a doctor talking about it, and they mentioned how it passed via breastfeeding. But it makes sense because if any blood goes through, for example, if the child causes any blood, it's going to pass, and it's passing a bodily fluid over, I guess. So it kind of makes sense. Obviously, you can't get it by hugging and all that rigmarole. So it shouldn't have the stigma that it once had, and it doesn't have the stigma. So if you have 100% of people, less 100% of people who have AIDS, I've got some more stats here for you. It's the stats time. 94% know they have HIV or AIDS. So 6% of people don't know. 92% are on treatment. My favourite number here, 69% are men. 54% are whites, 28% are black African. 42% are between the age of 35 and 49. 35% are between the age 35% of the height between the age of 50 and 64. And I think I want to bring that up because I want everyone to get tested. As many people as possible to get tested, because the only way you beat something like that is by getting tested. And you can get free tests as well. So free postal tests as well. But all you got to be able to do is you get to take a little small prick on and everything. And then you can just pop your blood into like a little tube. It's a little bit awkward. But as I say, it was really, really good to get done so that you do know what kind of position you are in at that moment in time. As well as that, obviously, keep yourself safe with every other thing that's going around at the moment. Like, and always keep like your phone numbers, like your mental health things down, which will be at the end of the podcast. You'll get to hear the mental health numbers for the UK. I think one of them's for America as well. And that also comes as picture form if you are watching on YouTube. Let's finish, though, with something a little bit more fun. Free games that we play. What free games have you been playing? Have you played in your time?
Free games?
Free games. Games that cost you nothing to play. During this time where we're all at home?
That is a tough question. Well, I used to play O-Game on the old browser years ago. That one was like the football manager of outer space. Very much your numbers and spreadsheets and whatnot.
I like it.
Well, how about you at the moment? I need to have a think.
I originally played Neopets. Neopets was absolutely amazing. And just seen Sophie's about. Yeah, Neopets I really enjoy. It's Tribal Wars. That was pretty awesome indeed. Obviously, you've now got freeware software that was once like Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe, I think it's called. So you got like your freewares as well. Free games. Stream Raiders. That's obviously a free game that you can play.
Of course. World of Warships is supposed to be a really good one. I've heard some positive things about that. You also have War Thunder. I've seen people playing that. Is Call of Duty Warzone a free game? Because I'm not the biggest fan of shooters, so I don't really know. But let me check. While I check that, do you have any others that you could name?
Obviously, we'll go through the common ones that are big in that have been or are big in the market. It
is free, by the way.
It is.
Yep.
You got Genshin, which is free. Air quotations there, most definitely if you are a squire. Then
Well, it's not free if you're Squire.
Then you have like your RuneScapes, which I played a lot of as a kid. Definitely something I could see myself getting back into, but it's just a little bit more time consuming. But there are so many games out there which you can pick up for free.
True.
Sophie was playing a few free games this week, and yeah, so Sophie was playing a few free games this week, and I think this would be a good time to try and remember what those were. There was the monkey one with the popping of the balloons. I can't remember the name exactly. Now we get to welcome in Sophie, who will be going over the free games that she's been doing on stream. Also, she'll be going through her favourite animes as well, as we head towards the Sophie moments. Hi, Sophie.
Hello, how's it going, podcast?
Going well. Now, would you like to start with animes, or would you like to go onto the free games that you've been playing?
Let's start with the free games.
Cool. You was playing a monkey game on stream. That's www.twitch.tv/SophieBubbles. So,
thank you for the shout out.
So, what did you think? What did you think of the Bubble Tower Defense game, and where did you play it from?
Alright, well, firstly, it's Balloons Tower Defense, as amazing as it would be that it was Bubbles, that would have been very... Yeah, that would have been great. But yeah, it's Balloons Tower Defense. Apparently it's up to six games. I think I've only played up to the third one, but I used to play 1 and 2 like all the time in school when I was a kid, when I should have been learning, obviously. I don't recommend it. Kids, go to school and do school things. Don't play games like I did. Otherwise you'll fail, like I did. But no, it's Balloons Tower Defense. It's a really highly addictive game. You can find it online. It's sort of like a strategy game, and it's, yeah, I don't know what else to say other than it's super addictive.
You completed the first one on stream, didn't you?
I did. I was ending stream soon. I decided to see how far I could get before I died, and to my surprise, I got to round 50, not knowing it ended at round 50, and I completed it.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine if it went on much more how bitty it would get, because like those like main hardcore monkeys, they were big.
Oh, it was amazing. I didn't realise they were going to be like so super powered when I put them in. I was like, oh, they're probably like, they'll probably pop a few and then it would just like dun, 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 dun. I was like, oh my god, annihilating them.
Then you play, before that though, you played a game where you're a Dalek. I mean, not a Dalek, a weird floaty spaceship thing that's drilling into the world?
Yeah, so that game is called Motherload. I never actually played that one at school. That was more like a board at home kind of game. I can't remember specifically how I found it, but I know my brother used to play it as well, and he was really good at it. And I could never get past like the first sort of like let's say area of the soil that you mine down into, but I never really understood the story either, like, until I was playing it on stream. I always thought that we were an alien because at the start of the game, like, you come in on, like, a mothership and it drops your little pod down onto the Earth. But apparently, no, we seem to be, like, highly advanced humans on a Martian planet.
So, like the Toclofen, then? I mean, get away from the Doctor Who references.
Once Mia mentions space and he turns into Doctor Who.
Exactly.
But there is one thing to know about the game, though. It's not like a shooting aliens kind of game. It's actually focused on mining into the world and collecting minerals, coming up
Minecraft?
and selling them, and getting a better pod with better fuel, better hull strength, etc. It's actually really difficult to begin with because you don't have a lot of fuel in your tank, and it goes down so quickly. And you've got to like be careful with flying your pod because it's so easy just to like crash it and it'll just explode, which happened to me many a time as a kid. But apparently I've gotten better because I got quite far down.
So you're saying the older you got, the better you got it going down? Well.
But yes.
So,
This pleases Bear.
let's move across to... was there any other free games that you played? First and foremost. Any other free games that you, like, oh, I played that game, or...
I mean, I used to play a lot of restaurant and cooking games. There used to be this site that I loved as a girl called Girls Go Games. It had like tons and tons and tons of like free games, and they were all really good. I actually visited it now as an adult, and let me tell you, it is shit. It's really gone downhill. It's like... Before it was just like called Girls Go Games and like it had like just normal games. Now it's like very, very girl focused, let's say, with Frozen games and like just really shit princess games. Like I think it was JonTron that did a video on just like looking into like the shit games for girls now with like, you know, like Frozen's dental appointment and like toe removal. It's so fucking weird, but like it's really gone downhill.
I'd tell you to let it go, but damn pun.
But no, there's still some gems on those restaurant games. Like one of my favourite ones is called Penguin Diner. It's really good actually. It's like a restaurant management thing. You're a penguin just skating around on ice skates and serving people. I used to play that as a kid as well. In fact, like, I think every single member of my family played it at one point or another. It was really good, actually. But no, other than that, I can't really think of any.
Yeah, we went through a couple of them earlier, and obviously you've got like your Fortnites and stuff like that, which are free to play.
Oh yeah, of course.
And
I'm guessing we've talked about Neopets.
I mentioned Neopets. I did. You was also a Neopeta, was you? Neopeta? Term we can use?
Yeah, let's go with it. Neopeta, yes. I was a Neopeta. And yeah, I used to be seriously addicted to that game. That was just... that was my every single day for a long time.
Yeah, I got... I was that addicted to it. We went on holiday to Spain with my best friend, and I think I ended up playing it on one of the computers there as well.
And I'm not ashamed to admit, as an adult, like as like a young adult, I've not played it in like the recent years, but I have played it as an adult. I have no shame. It's still an amazing game as an adult.
I've looked at it recently, but I've never actually like got into and properly played it. I don't want to lose my life all over again.
Whereas I'm perfectly willing, and I've decided I'm going to get back into it.
Yay!
No, it's an amazing game. They're so cute as well.
So, what about your animes choices?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's a subject I could talk on forever about. So, Roving Bear mentioned Angel Beats.
Did
I mean, I don't think he talked about it, but he's mentioned...
No, it's true, but I mentioned it to her just now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we definitely don't speak in the background of podcasts.
No, never. Why would we? There's nothing outside of this. Just the endless void.
Endless.
Anyway, before we get super meta and break down the fourth wall, yes, he did mention to me in a disclosed location, Angel Beats, which is one of my favourite animes. It is amazing. The jokes are really funny. It's really well drawn. The voice actors in it are great. I often watch the dub, but the sub is just as good. Like, I'm one of those people that don't prefer, like, either or. I'm fine with dub or sub. Which is probably a whole thing in itself, talking about that, but...
Yeah, you both said that.
For a minute. Yeah, I've started a war now, haven't I? But it's, yeah, like I said, it's really funny, it's great. It's also really, really sad at points, because basically the whole idea of it is the people in it are in a school, but it's not just any ordinary school. They've been dropped in there after they've died in the human world, and this is the afterlife. And each one has, like, a really tragic backstory. Like, they've only been put there because they've been given a chance to have, like, a better life as a child kind of thing.
So you want to give a child a better life, you put them in a school?
Yeah, it's questionable, isn't it? I think it's more about, like, how do I put it? I think as an adult looking back on school, like, I do kind of miss some aspects about school, like, you know, the kinship that you have with other people and, like, you know, the funny times that you've had. And I think it's sort of like trying to base it around that.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah.
Put in a locker.
Well, apart from those sort of moments.
Try being rugby tackled into a locker.
Depends. Was it for like 6 minutes of heaven, or was it something different?
Something different.
Okay. Not 6 minutes of in heaven, or whatever the name's called.
God.
I think, mind you, that's a good point. Like, that might have happened to you in real life, but I think if you went into the afterworld of Angel Beats, none of that would happen. Like, you'd be given a chance to have, like, you know, the kind of school life as a teenager that you should have had. And I think that's the whole point of why they're in there. Like, you know, they've given a chance to be a kid.
I do miss school. Hannah and I do actually miss school. I think it is. I think it is some of the best days of your life. And I always laugh when people said that, but it was just such a simple life.
I preferred college. It was like the combination of that and adulthood, but without the responsibility.
Oh yeah, college is great. I mean, mind you, I mean, I can't say that because I had a lot of responsibility still in college, but it was fun. Like, it was really, really carefree in there. And, like, you did get treated kind of like an adult, but, like, at the same time, it was kind of like, you know, don't be stupid, people, kind of thing.
Don't be stupid. Where have you been? Oh, we haven't been to the pub. No. Why would I have done that?
Yeah, no, Angel Beats is great, and like, I recommend watching it, but don't watch it if you don't want to cry a lot, because you will. As for other animes, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, because there's so many. And we talked about Sword Art Online Abridged, obviously.
We may have done. We must save my family!
Well, okay, how about this? Instead of going in depth to other ones, why don't I just, like, list off a couple that people should go watch?
That sounds good to me.
Alright, I'll start with Blue Exorcist. It's a supernatural one. It's really, really good. Definitely recommend watching that. I would say the dub is better than the sub this time, but again, sub is just as fine. The voice actors are still good in it. There's always Deathnote, amazing. So many episodes. I will say maybe don't watch the ones after a certain character dies. I'm sure you'll figure out if you do watch it. Let's see. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, I almost forgot about that. Thank you. Yeah, Soul Eater. Holy shit. Oh, that's like one of the first animes that I came across, and it is fucking amazing. Oh, like, I don't often swear like that, but seriously, I'm very passionate about Soul Eater. It's amazing. It's so good. It's another kind of supernatural one. I will explain a little bit about it. So, there are two types of people. There are Meisters and Weapons. Weapons are people that can turn into weapons and work for the Meisters. Meisters are people that wield the weapons and use the weapons to collect souls. They're all in an academy, and basically their goal is to collect 99 Kishin, no, not Kishin, let's just say monster souls, and one witch soul. And that will turn their weapon into a weapon that will be used by Lord Death himself. Seriously, it is fucking amazing. There's a lot more to it. There's like a whole like plot going down. There's witches, which is obviously being a Wiccan myself, which is a whole other podcast in itself as well. Is something I freaking love because I love it when witches get represented in like a really cool light. There's so much I could say about it. It's just amazing. Not to mention the art style. I mean, like I say art style, most animes are kind of drawn in the same style, but they just did an amazing job. It's so good. And the music's great. The jokes are just fucking hilarious. And there's even a little bit of fan service in there. What's not to love?
I'm just going to forever save to memory Sophie saying the words fan service like that. I feel like for the anime section, we have to round it off and help everyone with their bingo pages by simply saying Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah, of course.
But My Hero Academia, I've only just introduced you to that, haven't I? I think that's one Barrett would actually probably love as well.
I can see that, yeah. I can see that.
We will save my family. Sorry.
I think we can all relate to Deco. And I now get silence as Sophie tries to remember that the main character with the green hair is Deku.
Oh. you said Deco. I was just like, Deco? Deco?
Okay, I meant Deku. Deco is a former Portuguese footballer. That's one Barrett would get.
I'd written Deco down on my notes, and I was there going, that's an interesting name, and then you've changed it.
Oh, and again, like, just to say, like, if you are really into fan service, Rosario Vampire is a great one as well. It's got a great plot, lots of fan service, amazing art style. It's actually one of my favourite animes. Yeah. And
although if you're into fan service, surely just wait until every season of any show hits the beach episode.
True. Oh, actually, I will mention one more. It's one that, like, I don't think many people know. It's called Jinky Extend.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good. It's another one of, like, the first animes that I ever come across. In fact, I think it was, like, the very, very, very first one. It's really good. I'm normally not into, like, what would we call the genre? I don't really know what to call the genre, but, like, basically it's people in, like, massive, like, robot-type suits that they call jinkies. I'm normally not into that type of genre, but the plot is fucking amazing. Like, it's really good, and the jokes are great, and the character development I really like as well, but it's surprisingly good.
I feel like you're stepping into what I'd call Gundam.
Oh, yeah. I have heard of that one. Sorry, that was me clicking in our Discord and failing miserably. Yeah, I have, Gundam. That was like what I was trying to aim for, that category.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think to round this whole topic off, and I definitely haven't just stolen the title from Barrett, Don't worry, I know I've got no power here, Jackie Weaver. But is there one anime that you guys want to watch? And what anime would you want to introduce the others to? So I'm going to fire that question over to Soph. What one anime do you want to watch that you might have started, or that you might have just like not started yet? And then which one would you definitely want to share with the others here today?
Oh gosh. Okay, so hold on. So one I've started and one I want to share.
Well, one that you started or that you haven't started, just one that you want to watch all the way through, basically.
Oh, okay. I guess Attack on Titan. I've watched like episode 1, I think, and 2, and I just never went any further than that. And obviously, I've heard people raging about it. So many people have been talking about it and saying how great it is. It's been like really much in like popular culture, let's say. I mean, towards the end of school and like in college, I remember so many people had like Attack on Titan bags and like all sorts, and I was just like, okay, it must be good. And I just never got into it, so I'd like to give that a proper shot.
And which anime would you want to share with us two, knowing what you know about us?
To be fair, I've just stole off your lists. I've been writing that. Part of my notes is just like literally things that I can now ideas for things to watch. I want to watch Deathnote. Soul Eater sounds cool as well. And obviously, there's just one anime that I'm currently watching quite a bit of. Obviously, we must find my family. We must save my family. Yes. I'm not saying that I'm obsessed with one character in that, but yeah. So those are the three that I'll probably start watching first. Obviously, I thought the Persona 5 anime was really good. Really well done. And if you don't have 100+ hours, it's so much better than playing the game. If you don't have that 100 hours to see part of your life slowly and surely. I'm on about 120.
I guess for me, I could easily go for the same one for both, but to be a bit different, I'm going to say that I'll only stick My Hero Academia with the recommend to you guys because I want to watch it with you, because what I have seen of it has been really good and addictive. But the anime I really want to watch is Death Parade.
Oh yeah, I watched a music video of Death Parade. And ever since, I've really wanted to watch it.
I just haven't found... It's one of those animes that I want to do it justice. Like, I want to full-on binge it in a day and be like, wow. You know, like, surround yourself with it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It does look absolutely amazing, and I'm not gonna lie, like, seeing the character behind the bar, I simp. I simp big time. I don't even know him yet. I haven't heard his voice. I simp.
Stop simping, woman. How many simps do you have?
Too many.
I'll say.
In Soul Eater, which, funnily enough, is the one I'd want you guys to watch the most.
So, guys, I guess that's all we've got time for this week. A big thanks to Barrett, who started by hosting duties and now has had his duties stolen from him mid-podcast without realising it.
Yes, that was intriguing. All good. To be fair, when you get onto anime, you guys are the experts. If I'm honest here, you guys are the experts.
But don't worry, because what we're going to do is we're going to let Barrett watch them, and at the very end, he's going to review it out of 10 Barreffs. 1 Barreff being feeding to the J, and 10 Barreffs being the best damn Barreff.
Whoa. We're not going to do Barreffs. We're going to do barrels.
Every Barreff is the best.
Yes!
Oh, yeah, barrel.
Especially seeing as Barrel Barrett is on the verge of 300 views.
Wow.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
Barreff, this is your legacy now. How do you
It
feel?
really is.
Oh my god, does that mean we're going to see him playing Donkey Kong and jumping over all the barrels and things? He's going to play Mario and be like, Mario, barrel! Mario, barrel!
I might have to actually do that one day.
Yes.
Just find a list of games with barrels in them and knock myself out. Yes. So on that bombshell, I'm going to wish you adieu. I think adieu is the right word.
I think so.
And I think. By the way, if you guys want to know where to find Sophie, I'll let Sophie do that now because I've not got that pre-recorded. Oh, a good one pre-recorded. So Sophie, take it away with a goodbye.
Yeah, let's try and get it right this time. If you want to find me, you can find me on Twitch at Twitch-TV. No. Yes. Twitch-TV.
Twitch.tv /
Twitch.tv/ Why do I fuck this up every single time? This is why he hasn't got a good recording of me. Right.
TV
Twitch.tv/ Sophie Bubbles.
/ not dash.
Fucking hell.
Hang on. Guys, there is an incredible, beautiful Sophie Bubbles, who is an amazing streamer, and you may find her at www.twitch.tv/ Sophie Bubbles.
Thank you.
If you want to see the master and purveyor of all that is barrelly goodness in the world, head over to www.twitch.tv/Bareth87. Bareth, tell us a little bit more about your channel.
I do a variety of games. A lot of it's Persona. I've started to get back into Minecraft though, which is awesome. But yeah. And I also do a lot of Stream Raiders. A lot of Stream Raiders. Every day. Every time I stream. But Bear, sign us out for this final part of the day.
If you found the stealing of chairmanship duties halfway through a podcast hilarious, if you like the sound of my voice more than I do,
You have no authority here.
come over to www.twitch.tv/The Roving Bear. Here, you'll find regular guest appearances from Bareth and Sophie, as well as community golf nights, Among Us nights, and all of the random shit that you wish your friends would talk about, but perfectly all within guidelines on the TOS. I've been a Roving Bear. She has been the one, the only, the incredible, the beautiful Sophie Bubbles, and apparently gets confused between dot stashes and forward slashes. It's an easy mistake to make. And he has been the sexy Barrel Maester, Bareth87. We'll see you again next week for another hot, exciting podcast. Till then, ciao for now.
We need to save my family.
Excuse me, I have to go say hi to an old friend. Won't be a minute. Hey, Gary, long time no see.
We must save my...
Yeah, bet you didn't expect to see me again, did you, punk?
We must save my family!
You left us to die, you...
Hey guys, Roving Bear here. If you've enjoyed our pod chats and you've enjoyed other great content, you can find more from me at twitch.tv/The Roving Bear. Stay safe. I love you all.
You have been listening to a Sanctuary podcast. I have been your host, Bareth87, and there's a few things I'd like to just add. Please remember these important phone numbers. The Samaritan UK is 116123. That's 116123. Shout UK, this is a text line. It's 85258. That's 85258. And Crisis Line USA is 1-800-273-8255. That is 1-800-273-8255. Please go and check out your local phone numbers for organisations like this and pass these numbers on to your friends and family. Keep them in your phone for when you need them. and make sure you are using these very important resources. From myself, Barrett87, I want to wish you a fantastic evening, day, or morning. You can find me at www.twitch.tv/Barrett87. And again, peace out and stay well.
Beep, beep. You've been listening to a Sanctuary broadcast. We will now resume regular programming.